It's Sleepaway Camp?
Ooh, I loved camp.
A bit on the nose after being stuck in a campground for 6 months.
What the fuck? Who the fuck are these people?
Yes, random people at our door. Please, just walk right in. Thanks.
Do we even have enough room for all these new people?
We don't even have enough room for Travis's big head.
That's true.
What did I ever do to you?
Welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps. Dun, dun, dun. A slasher podcast. Dun, dun, dun.
With your host.
Sounds kind of gay.
Where each week we pick a movie and talk about it in a mostly unfiltered fireside ramble. I'm Dan.
I'm Travis. Sam.
I'm Frank.
And before we get into the movie that we watched in our cabin this week, let's do a little catch-up. What have we been doing? What we been up to?
Ketchup.
Frank.
Mustard.
Sorry, when is this episode airing?
Who cares? Just talk.
At some point in the future.
I'm just trying to be like, I gotta sound, like it can't be something
hip
too
and, like,
old.
right now?
Yeah, fresh. I went and did some fun things. It was cool.
Okay, great. Sam, what did you do?
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
We'll get back to you in just a second. Frank, what did you do?
I know all the things you did, Sam. You should be
Last
ashamed.
summer.
I know what you did.
What did I do? Oh, you know what? I got a new film camera, which I'm very excited about.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, it's that one right there.
Oh,
it's the Bronica
It's
S2.
a film.
It's a film camera.
Film?
It's for making films.
For making
I've been
films.
using it all
It's
day.
actually
What are you filming?
still photography.
You just interrupted.
Stills.
Steals.
Photographies. It's a medium format camera. It's usually used for portrait stuff, but you can use it for landscape. I've been mostly doing portraits just to test it out,
Can you do our portraits? That'd be kind of cool.
All right. Anyway, so
Frank
I like that.
We
Yeah,
should all be
actually-
wearing turtlenecks.
Oh, like a Beatles album cover. Like Beatles 65 or whatever it was.
Like a Sears
and we all,
portrait.
and can we all be in half shadow and
Serious?
turtleneck? Oh, that's a great
Frank,
idea.
yes.
We should do one.
like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Frank said he
I'm
would
on.
take a photo of me and hang it
Hard
over
Day's
his
Night. Good. What?
Frank said he would take. Speaking of hard days, no. Frank said he would take a photo.
I don't know what you mean.
Frank said he would take a photo of me and hang it over his fireplace.
Oh, I
So-
thought you were going to say bed.
No,
I did. I said a fireplace, not my.
Preferably one that's lit
Don't
on
wanna-
fire and the picture's hanging right above the flames.
Oh, you know what I did? Actually? I got a haircut for this podcast.
Yes, you did.
It's. I look fresh.
Can
so
someone
fresh
take
and so
a picture
clean.
of his fresh haircut and then we'll post it? Because I will tell you,
That's the portrait right there.
Travis gets a haircut once every 18 months.
No, I was good. Okay,
That's a good one.
With COVID, I'll admit
Oh.
I had a one, but then remember I was keeping fresh, and then this past year I just stopped.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
You got
Well, you
comfortable.
look really
oh,
good
no,
right
no,
now.
no, It was my. I keep
I like the
joking
layers.
because thank you.
It's a good haircut.
There's stuff going on.
Supercuts does
Jen-
an amazing
Jen's mom
job.
did it.
Yeah, she did. She's
Shout
my
out to Jen's mom.
hairstylist.
Is she a hairstylist?
She has formal training. Yes.
Can I go
wow.
there and get a haircut?
Absolutely not.
I'm not allowed. After the incident.
Oh, yeah, Costco.
That's right. That's right.
She listens to this podcast.
Does she really? Oh, shit.
Well, it wasn't me. It was the other guy that worked there. So
She listens. Well, no, she might not because there was a while. She listens to them on YouTube, so this episode could somehow not end up on YouTube.
Yeah,
the
there-
lost YouTube episode.
oops, looks like our YouTube got deleted.
But no, I also went to a concert last night. I saw Ghost.
Nice.
Very
How
cool.
did you see them if they were ghosts?
I know, right? Well, I don't have
I
photos.
was going to do that joke.
I was gonna make it too, and then I'm glad Frank did though. I'm glad you didn't, Dan. I'm glad Frank did.
I'm
I'm
glad
just
I
gonna
didn't
take
either.
this
I
away
will
from
say
you.
though, it was fun because it was a phone-free show. So it
That's
was
how
cool.
concerts should be.
I know. It was so good just not seeing any phones on. Everyone in the moment. It was a lot of fun.
How do they monitor that?
So they actually put
Snipers.
everyone's phone in a bag and they lock it up. And then after the show, they unlock it. But then, so before you go in,
Oh, wow.
they like have a piece of paper and they write down your ticket information so you know where you're sitting. But no,
It's like
Wow.
checking your coat.
it was basically.
Damn.
It was a lot of fun.
Was
It
it because
sounds
of
very complex.
is it because of what he does at the end?
Well, see, that's what we thought, but we actually found out it's because they were recording the show. So they're gonna do like a live show with
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
IMAX coming to IMAX.
Oh, it should.
I would watch
a
it.
ritual. That's what they call them. The
Oh, right,
concerts, they call them
right,
rituals.
Oh, it's a whole theme.
It's a
thing.
lore thing, yeah. You love.
I do love lore.
Your
You know what
clit
else
lore.
I love?
What do you
Oh.
love?
Mortal Kombat,
And
and
what
it's
else-
releasing this week.
What else do you love about lore? The clitoris? What did you call it?
Clitoris.
Oh, my goodness.
Why are you being so vulgar?
Don't shut up, Frank.
It's the first time
He
we're
kept
hearing
saying,
of this.
No, you kept saying that in,
I don't remember.
Yes, you do.
I don't
He's
either.
trying
I
to
think-
say clitoris, but I think
Oh, there
I
you
think
go.
we
I
might-
remember that.
Oh, yeah.
we've all matured, and he's still
That's
in the
so-
I'm
That's-
past.
You
sorry,
can
we've
just
what?
say-
We've matured?
Matured.
That's,
You can
that's
just
so,
say lore.
That's so season 1, juvenile humor. We are
Stop
now
slapping.
adults.
Ugh.
Would anybody like to know what I did this last
What
week?
did you do?
We don't care. So, anyways.
I'll be very brief. So, my daughter was in
That's
town.
great.
Out of time.
Okay, there we go.
No, I'm sorry. Go on. Go on. Your daughter,
you're right.
daughter was
My
in town.
daughter came into town for a week, which was great.
Nice.
To visit. We went to see Les Miserables.
Was it miserable?
I was
It
gonna do
was.
that joke.
The Miserables. That's at the Pantages. It's a great show.
Is that your first time seeing it?
No, I've seen it. This is like my 4th time. I actually saw the original run in 80, whatever that was.
1880.
80.
No, just
17.
80. No, just
17.
just 80 AD.
80. Just 80.
Does it get better?
It's no.
Same-
It's a wonderful show.
Same as it ever was.
It's the same thing. It's the French Revolution and everybody dies.
Speaking of Pantages, you're a fan of the Talking Heads?
Oh yes,
Are you gonna go watch Stop Making Sense?
I would like to. Yes.
Yeah, because it was
Are
filmed.
they gonna-
It was filmed 3 nights at the Pantages.
Right, I knew
and
that.
A24 is releasing it next week.
Yep.
4K.
It's in IMAX.
Yeah, it's gonna be in. It's gonna be in IMAX next week, and then the following week it'll be in regular theaters as well. But it's a brand new 4K
Remastered,
restoration.
yeah.
I hear it's great.
Yeah.
From the
I
director
definitely want to see it.
I don't know.
I mean,
Silence of the
I've
Lambs.
seen it.
Oh, really?
So I'm excited to see it
Nice.
in
Yeah.
a re-release on IMAX. That'd be amazing. I'm a big Talking Heads fan, so that'd be cool.
What else did you do?
Same as it ever
Well,
was.
Real quick, I don't want to get into a deep thing, but I'm in a bit of appliance hell. My freezer, my standing freezer with all my frozen meats, stopped freezing like it should.
Oh no.
And I just
Those
happened
meats are gonna get soggy.
Did you open up the
Quick,
freezer and like?
start the barbecue. We're having massive amounts of meat.
Did you open up the freezer and like that foghorn sound played?
I don't know why I went to the freezer yesterday, but I went in there and I grabbed some sausage,
And it was soft.
and it was soft.
You
know, there's
called me
pills for that.
immature.
I understand if you keep touching it, then anyway.
What if it lasts for more than 4 hours?
I don't know.
Meat shouldn't last
Anyway, I
more
had to
than
buy a new freezer. It's getting delivered on Thursday. There's a whole long story
Fun.
around it. I don't care
So-
anymore. I just am so like, when you spend money on stuff like that,
It's supposed to be buy it for life.
yeah, it's just not exciting.
No.
I could take you to the garage next week and go, hey, look at my new freezer.
I would actually love to see
Please
that.
don't.
I love
Okay.
appliances.
We'll do
Don't
that.
take me anywhere.
We'll do that next week. We'll do our podcast in the garage.
We're having a new
In the freezer.
No,
in the
in the
freezer.
cabin. It's
With our soft sausage.
it's snowing outside, but we need a freezer. I don't ever want to hear that again.
It is weird, though, that the one thing I went to grab was the sausage.
Oh my god. Anyways, that was a rowdy catch
there was
up.
like porterhouse, there was chicken breasts,
I've never met them.
there
Hot
was
link.
frozen
I like that
ground
one.
beef,
Bratwurst,
but I
bratwurst.
grabbed the sausage.
I like
Well,
the
it was
Polish
probably
sausage
breakfast.
myself.
Hello, sausages.
From
Anyway, I think we're done.
I was done.
Thank you for putting up with our rowdy catch up.
I was done when you started saying what you did this week.
Season 2, Travis is
Les
so
Mis, you should see Les Mis.
aggressive.
I
It's a
think
really good
it's
show.
because we went a week without filming, so Travis is just on
Or
a
maybe
roll.
it's the haircut.
I've also
It's the
I've
haircut.
also
It
been
freed
on
up his brain.
I've also been on vacation for like 4
yeah.
days, so I'm
He's
well rested.
rested.
I'm good to go. I'm
Because
back.
you've been off since Saturday.
Yeah.
No, he's been off for a very long time.
Work wise, he's
But
been off since
the
Saturday.
doctors are calling I went to the doctor Saturday, so I'm legally insane.
We know.
So, what movie did we watch this week?
Sleepaway Camp, 1983.
Do you have that?
Of course I don't. Of course, but how timely
Wait
that
a
we're
minute.
doing
That,
it.
we cannot ignore what just happened.
I missed that totally.
Sam's slurping on her drink.
Oh, that
It's a
was good.
Slurpee.
It's the 40th anniversary of Sleepaway Camp this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
All right, so let me get that. Let me get this
Much
40.
longer than the movie,
Let me
actually.
get this 40-year-old VHS tape.
I thought this was made yesterday.
Clank, 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 clank.
This is a very sound effecty episode.
Bum, 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 bum.
We're gonna-
Bum, 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 bum,
I will
bum.
just say this is the representation
This is
I,
Story
as
of
an
a Girl.
LGBTQ member, was looking for.
LGBTQ.
You said a lot of letters. What did you just say?
I said, yeah, this is the representation we were
Does
looking
anyone
for.
have the summary?
Are you gonna the back of the
I can
VHS?
find one.
Are you gonna watch Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Probably.
I'm sorry. That trailer
I'm
looks
sorry.
just as bad as
I'm
the Eddie
sorry.
Murphy
I'm
version.
sorry.
It looks like the Eddie Murphy version, although it's just as stupid
Yeah.
as the other one. They didn't
I
do
know.
anything to make it look better.
I will watch it because I love the ride. And
I love the
It's one of my
ride.
yeah,
favorites.
and I love Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes.
My problem is they're not advertising this. I haven't
They're
seen
not.
trailers.
Oh, I did.
Put
I
your
saw a
mic-
trailer before
Put your
Indiana
mic
Jones.
up. Put your
And
mic.
before,
Put your mic up
And Joni,
Mission
and
Impossible.
Joni was very, and I was too.
for Haunted.
Yeah, it's like,
All right, so let's see. In the back of the VHS tape,
I'm gonna turn your mic up a little more.
it is on the VHS tape. Bunks and showers
Ugh.
are a Mad Stabber's beat at a summer camp strictly for teens.
That's my
Bunks
beat,
and
baby.
what?
That's
Bunks and the showers
That's my
are a
beat.
Mad Stabber's beat at a summer camp strictly for teens. But remember, if they ask you about your physical, they gotta believe you because I'm a doctor.
Oh yeah.
They have to know that. Don't ask any questions about it.
It's all above board. Nothing weird here.
Okay.
Nothing's going on.
Pre-thoughts. Travis?
Okay, so this is gonna be a 20-minute story.
By the way,
No,
it's,
okay.
it's called Sleepaway Camp 1983 with a cast full of I've never seen you before or since actors. Continue.
Okay, so I had first heard about this film. I'd heard the name a little bit. I didn't know much about it. I watched it because, a good part of my life I worked at a summer camp, and I collect boutique movies. And,
What?
And I think Shout Factory was releasing. It was like Sleepaway Camp, and I was like, I work at a summer camp. This might be cool.
This was before you saw it.
Yeah, I might relate. Let's check this out.
What year
I
was
hope
this?
you didn't relate.
This was. Well, I'm just saying. I'm
Were
like,
you were you like 7 years old,
No,
like
this-
every other movie you've
this
ever
was-
seen?
It
No,
was
this
after,
was in 2014.
It was after
So
him
this was,
seeing
like,
The
nine-
Exorcist, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I'm into
No,
this.
it was just like like summer camp. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to see like a slasher. I mean, we had Friday the 13th, but I'm like, this is cool. Sleepaway Camp. I was like, Dan. I was like, maybe somehow I'll find a way to like spoof this. Let's get it going. I didn't know the ending.
Yeah, I don't know if you could spoof this at your
I
camp.
didn't know the ending.
Well,
But
don't give it away.
give it away now. But that's my thing. And so I didn't know anything about it, and I just bought it, watched it, and
right away.
I've seen it a couple times since.
For sure.
You have? I mean, cool. You have?
Nice. Now we know what Dan's
Sam,
feeling.
pre-thoughts?
I didn't know much about it, and I knew what the movie was, and also separately, it was the ending of the film was so iconic. But I didn't know it was from Sleepaway Camp, like her facial expression.
You had a sticker, right?
I wasn't
I
really
bought it
looking
after.
at her face at the end of the movie. But we'll save that
Yeah.
for later.
But I didn't have any interest in it. until quarantine, and then I was like, during quarantine, I think I asked you if I should watch it, and you're like, yeah, watch it, and that was it. It wasn't for quarantine. I don't think I would have seen it.
Or until now.
Mm-hmm.
Just another thing that quarantine did for us.
Yay.
Got us to watch Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Woot.
Franklin,
A fifth time.
your pre-thoughts, if you can remember them. When was the first time you saw this movie?
It was definitely after
1983.
1983 for
podcast.
sure. It was before we started the podcast. It was after
1983.
after 1983, somewhere in that area. Yeah, it was like probably like 15 years ago at this
Okay.
point.
My God.
Yeah, I had the ending spoiled for me, and I was like, "This sounds insane."
So it made you
I
want
wanna-
to see
I-
it.
yeah, I want to see what happens here, and yeah,
I can tell
We
you
will
Dan's
discuss.
pre-thoughts.
What were they?
Well, I
Never heard of it?
never heard of this movie, and then I had to do it for the podcast, so I watched it.
That's pretty much it.
did you know anything about the ending?
No,
You had never heard about this movie at all.
I'd never even heard of this movie.
Did you look
Which is-
anything up?
I did not. Which is so weird because 1983, Joni and I had been dating for 3 years. I mean, that movie should have fallen somewhere in our wheelhouse. But just because of all of our friends and stuff, we used to put like weird movies on VH. You know, we'd watch movies. I can't believe like that one never landed.
It made 30 times its budget back.
Well,
Really?
would they spend like $20,
Not a lot,
$25
but
bucks
it,
on
it did well. I think it made like 11 million. Like
Was
the
something
box.
like 300,000.
Yeah, but
That first year or just ever
that
since?
first
Where do you
year.
think they
Really?
put that 300,000?
Wait, that first year they made 11 million?
Probably
What did they spend it on?
that
equipment.
first shot.
That first shot,
location. That you mean that Jaws 3 opening?
No,
Yeah.
for me,
The mom's outfit.
No, for me, the opening was, hey, we just rented out this entire summer camp. Let's show it all right now. We got to let the audience know we got this big summer camp. Let's just do a long shot. Just have this. Oh, no, I'm thinking of 8 years later.
Anyway, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, my pre-thought basically was that I've never heard of this movie. We're watching it. I'll watch it. I did not look up anything on it, so I knew nothing about it.
So you didn't know if it was really a sleepaway camp or like it was metaphorical.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know where you're going with
I
that.
don't either. So let's roll.
Turn on the projector.
Okay, where do you want to start?
My notes, I wrote.
jump in,
My
man.
first note. This is what happens when you let a girl drive.
That's what I was thinking.
But remember,
I wasn't going to say that, but since Sam did,
We can start there.
I've what is it? I've
and
sell
apparently
stuff.
when you give the girl to drive, you actually also just stop looking at anything that's going on in front of you,
Yeah.
next to you, around you. Everybody
But
just stops looking
it's-
around.
But the person
not
in the
a girl-
back
yeah.
can see everything.
Yeah. And the fact that she can easily let go from the get-go, she didn't. She just like hung on.
So for
I
our
wanna see where
audience
this
who will
goes.
never see
Yeah.
this movie, the opening, we have, I guess he's a counselor at the camp, and he's with his
Friends,
friends.
other
and,
counselors, or
and they're driving the speedboat, and out in the bay, there's also a girl who is water skiing. And we sort of set this up where the girl in the boat's like telling the counselor, "Oh, let me drive. Let me." No, you can't drive. Oh, let me. Okay. And then they kind of switch places, and then everybody just stops looking at what's going on around them. And they collide with
a family.
a family who well, the dad doesn't survive for sure.
For
We're
sure.
not sure about everything. It just sort of then drifts into this it goes to the future. Or what is it, like 10 years
8
later?
years. I like that
8 years later?
conversation. Do you think we'll ever get a boat like this? No. Do you think we'll ever go to a summer camp? No, you can't go to that summer camp ever. But we're just gonna go to this lake, and you're gonna get to see them have fun every single year. But you'll never be part of that.
Yeah, but we can afford a boat. Like we're living out here in the bay.
No, they were like working on a boat. It was like upside down or something.
No, they were on it,
I
and then
thought
it
they were
flipped.
on
Oh
it.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It
the
capsized.
You
Thank
must have.
you.
I must have seen an alternate cut. I don't know.
What I
You must watch
loved,
the director's cut.
what I
Yeah.
loved was when they collided with the family, and then it was just like close-up shots of everybody, and they're just like. But then the girl on the water ski was like the only one with the appropriate
Freaking
reaction.
out. Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh my god.
People don't have good reactions in this movie.
No, they
That's
don't.
something I've noticed. The reactions are pretty terrible in the entire movie.
Huh?
I would say,
She was selling the shit out of that reaction, though.
yo, the one that was screaming?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
It
But
almost.
then you always get to the dad just floating at the top of the water.
It almost reminded me of like Hereditary, where you don't like see it, you just hear the scream.
Yeah, that's where Ari Aster got it.
That's where he got it.
And then cut to
8 years later, and we're at this mansion now.
Right, where we have
Oh,
this.
wait. Before we cut to that, though, one of the life jackets that the kids was wearing
floats up.
floats up and it's all torn to
Mangled.
shreds, but you don't see who died.
Because you don't
And
know.
that turns out to be a very important plot point
Yes.
What
that
if-
I completely forgot about.
Yeah, when I first watched it, I didn't really care for. I didn't care. I didn't take note of who didn't pop back up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure they really showed
They
us.
don't
No,
show anyone.
no.
You just see the vest.
but I never took note. Like, oh, this person.
I never thought,
Yeah,
oh, I need to remember this.
Yeah.
This might be important.
like in the menu when you
Yeah.
you didn't look at the
oh,
photos.
I didn't look at the photos now. With all the hamburgers
Yeah.
being cooked.
Yeah,
So now we're 8 years later. We're in a mansion with a very well-balanced woman. Mm-hmm. She
Oh,
was so normal.
She is, isn't she?
Just exactly who I'd
that's
want to
what
be
you were
my
doing. I was
guardian.
like, why are you doing that all day?
My guardian, I want her to be just like her.
It's. You mean
What
like.
was she, like Willy Wonka's mom or
I was
something? She was
thinking
some
if-
kind of wackadoo, man.
She freaked me out.
It made no sense.
No,
It reminded me of like Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
With like the clowns when he's
Yeah.
having the nightmare.
Yes.
With the clowns. That's exactly and that's the thing too that I find interesting is everyone's acting is like so still in the movie and no one has any reactions to anything.
In
and then you have the
Sleepaway?
polar opposite with the mom or the lady where she's just going out of her mind.
No, I think she's fairly.
Sane.
Yeah.
But why? Yeah, like why is she so? Even her outfit's so different
I'm
than
just-
everybody
I'm
else,
just
and her
think-
makeup and everything.
I'm
So
just
I
thinking
don't know.
maybe sorry.
It was like out of some kind of weird wacko carnival
yeah, so
thing.
I don't
It's
know
like,
if that's like purposeful for her to be that
I
way.
think maybe it was. I almost want to say, was it like the actress just trying something different?
no, I think in the end, it made you understand like, oh, that's why this
Yeah,
happened.
it's-
She's a lawyer.
Because
She's a doctor.
she's
She's a doctor.
a
She's a
wacko.
doctor. It's very overdone. She
Yeah.
almost kind of looked like Kimmy Gibbler
I
from
don't
Full
know who
House.
Kimmy Gibbler.
The
oh,
neighbor.
the neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
She was very, no pun intended, campy.
Yeah, it was almost like it almost.
Actually, great pun.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Thank you. I know.
She was campy, and they were going to a camp.
I was being humble. But
Nice.
thanks, Dan.
Don't tell anyone how you got your physical, even though I'm a doctor.
Is that you just pulled
That's
that
a line
Yeah.
from it. Don't tell anyone.
Did you notice
And
the
again-
symbolism of the ribbon being tied around her finger?
What's the symbolism? What is symbolism?
The physical and the thing that she forgot was being tied around her finger.
around her finger?
Her
I don't
stretched
get
out
it either.
finger.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
I didn't catch that the first time, but
Again, like when she said, "Don't tell them how you got your physical," even though I'm a doctor, I just thought it was bad dialogue. It
Yeah.
didn't make me go, "Oh, I gotta remember this. This
I
is
think-
No,
important."
yeah.
I think I wouldn't say it started off bad, but I think there's so much of like
A tonal shift.
not that no, it's just kind of like this
They
is
threw
not
you off?
good that I don't really want to catch anything.
And then we go to the camp,
Yeah,
which is maybe the trashiest looking place I've ever seen.
but also
That's actually the summer
That
camp.
place could have used a coat of paint. Let's
That-
just start there.
That's the summer camp or the director. That's the actual summer camp that he went to as a kid. The one they filmed at.
Right, but it was actually a working open camp at that point.
Not I don't know. It's very
they were
empty.
off season at that
what's
point.
creepier than the really rundown camp is the head cook.
Oh, right away.
That was so subtle, wasn't it? What is
Very
his line? I
subtle.
haven't actually
It's,
wrote it
it's,
down.
It's
There's
We'll
no
find
such thing
something
as
you
too
like.
young.
no before
Ugh.
that. Oh yeah.
Ooh, look at all that young, fresh chicken. That's actually the line.
Yeah,
And then
I think we all wrote a line.
How did that cook dude get his job? I mean, no one's noticing. Well, then you see the camp director, Mel.
Oh God.
We can't talk enough about Mel. We'll get to Mel, but then we have to stay with
He
Mel for
reminds
a
me of
while.
the grandpa in Texas Chainsaw.
Yes.
Yes.
He reminded me of just some dude that should own like a deli.
Like a deli or a gas station.
I would not eat at that
Or like,
deli.
or like
at
he always has a
You
cigar.
probably have
He's a
already.
cigar guy, man. Because you know he's a bad dude because he's smoking a cigar in camp
And then,
constantly.
Camp is a very it's a
Lucy.
very lucrative
So
business.
then
you know?
meet, and then with Angela and her cousin.
Well, he was the mayor of Amity too. No.
Was he really?
Well, after each murder,
He
said,
turns
we
into-
gotta keep this camp open. Don't you understand?
oh no, he might have got scared and yeah, but we'll get to that.
What's the cousin's name?
Randy
Cousin?
and Angela, is it?
Who cares?
Ronnie.
Ricky.
Oh.
No, not Ronnie. Ronnie's the camp counselor.
Ricky. So you meet
Yeah.
Ricky and Angela, they're cousins. I guess you find out Angela, she was in the boating accident.
Uh-huh.
No, not yet.
Well,
It was
I feel like it's
hinted.
it's implied. I do like the fact that it's also implied that Ricky's just over his mom's shit. Like when she's doing her eccentric little bit, he's like, ugh.
No.
Can you get on with it, mom?
And then
It's normal.
And then I like too when Ricky's friend comes in and is like, "Oh, you gotta meet." And then she says something, and you get the line where he goes, "Well, excuse me."
Wait. What are you talking about? What scene?
Where Angela and Ricky they're arriving at the camp, and then Ricky's friend comes up. He goes, "Oh, hey, how are you?" He goes like, "Oh, you got to see that one girl now."
Oh yeah.
Wait, is it the girl that he was with last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Judy?
girl he was with last
She
summer.
looks like she's 30.
Oh, she's totally looks like she's like
Yes.
30.
yeah.
She also reminds me of the basically exact same character, but in Adam's Family Values. The one who plays the
yeah. It's like a mix of her and like Sissy Spacek.
Yes.
And, not Sissy Spacek. The frat.
the
In Carrie. Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
No,
Chris.
The one that's in Halloween. She.
Name everything. Go ahead.
Halloween
Are
2.
you talking about the one who ends up being like nice to Carrie, or the bitchy?
PJ Souls? Was she the.
I love PJ Souls.
Everyone does. She's great.
Oh yeah.
Except me.
But
You
sorry.
bitch.
So we and then
But
we
yes.
get oh
Continue.
so then we get the line where like he's like, "Oh, you got to see her now," and
And the hand movement.
Wait, where are we?
they just arrived at the camp.
Yes.
Oh my God, we
And
just
we're only
arrived
7
at the camp.
minutes in.
Can we keep rolling?
Yeah. So then we get to my
time.
favorite line where we're meeting every counselor. So Ricky's like, "Oh, you're gonna be with the girls. You're gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over here." So they each go to their cabin, and then Angela's in her cabin, and she meets her cool counselor who says, "My name is Meg, spelled M-E-G.
I knew you were gonna reference.
How else do you spell Meg? Like M-E-H-G?
It's
I've never heard of the-
MYGE.
M-E-G.
There is a Megan that's MEHGEN.
Or M3,
so
M3.
Sam is checked out.
But and guess what also happens in this cabin?
Don't point at
You
me.
meet two of her friends that they were in the same class together. They had two classes together. They had two classes together.
Where was that from again?
Reawakened. So that's
Didn't you find? I'm sorry, I'm gonna get technical for a second. I found the sound absolutely horrible in this movie.
I think mine was fine. It sounded fine to me.
It sounded like they put the microphone up in the corner of the room, and then everybody was just talking loud so they could
Yeah.
be picked
I
up.
think you got to
and be heard.
renovate your sound
I
system.
don't. I don't think so,
I
Travis.
agree with you. It was very not muffled, but it just
No,
it
it's
picked
just-
up a lot of surrounding
It was
sounds.
just bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad,
It
so-
came off to me as like old
Ambiance.
indie movie sound kind of thing.
A24.
Pretty much. This is the 80s A24.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you get
Or
some
neon.
Yeah.
Or neon.
You
Yeah.
get some camp activities. They're camping.
No.
They're sleeping away. It's 3 days later, and then we're at the cafeteria, and Angela is not eating her food.
But we've already been introduced to Angela being sort of not
Well, that's-
talking
Yeah.
and being
I'm not trying to-
weird and then not liking her.
But I think what he's trying to lead to is
She's
the
not
first,
talking. She doesn't talk
well,
to anyone.
that also, but the first victim.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first victim.
She stirs a lot.
Who's that cool counselor with the really super short red
Ronnie.
shorts with
I have
the
it.
cool hair? Hey,
Ronnie?
you're not
Ronnie's
you're not
shorts.
eating like all their shorts.
He was the
But
nicest
I think-
guy in this movie.
He was, but
And
the
also
shorts,
that cool hair though too.
the shorts were staring at you.
Yeah. There's a
That's
lot
sort
There
of
was a lot of things staring
lot of
at me,
things
not just
staring
those
at you.
shorts.
So what's under those shorts?
there's a lot of man meat in this movie.
Oh my-
I swear.
A lot of
There's not a-
sausage
A
being made.
lot.
There's more
I
than
was actually there in 1983. I never had any shorts like that.
Really?
No.
you didn't wear shorts.
Not like
There
that.
was more than
Not like that.
there was more than one snake in those woods.
Damn it, Travis. It's
But
true.
wait, it was funny because he just kept going. There was, waiting for him to speak.
And I had to take a drink. So I
It
don't
was
want to.
Anne
If I
Rice.
keep talking, I'm going to do this movie beat for beat, and I don't want to do that.
Okay, so let's just say he takes her into the kitchen, says, "Hey, let's make some good food for her," and then we meet that slimy guy. Says, "You can never have any chicken too young."
Yum.
I'll find
And
something
so-
for you in the back
Right.
freezer
So he takes
stand-in.
her into the back freezer, and he starts to unbuckle his pants. Like,
Wait, he's talking about his penis?
yeah,
What?
his trouser snake.
What did what did
And
Charles say? There's more than snakes in these woods.
More than one.
More
And
than
then
one.
Her cousin shows up. There's
Hallelujah.
a little bit of boom, bang, bam.
Don't tell anyone what
We
you saw
lead-
here.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. You hear me, kid?
I like the dramatic punch of the box.
Yes. Afterwards, he was so pissed off at it.
Damn it.
And then I hope we just cut to him making the
Corn.
corn in the super hot water.
Okay.
Because you know that logistically, what happened to him made no sense.
No,
Why?
We all
Do
understand
they
that,
sell
right?
pots that big?
I would like
Not
to
that I've
know.
ever seen.
That pot was massive.
I have a quick question. Since you
Yeah.
guys worked at camp, what did you guys do for food? Did you guys cook it or you
The
bought
kids
somewhere?
brought their
No, they
food.
brought
Was
their
there like
own
a
lunch.
thing where you had to have them bring their own food?
Yeah, except for corn. Travis always cooked the corn.
He
He
chucked
always
the
had
corn.
the
No,
big,
that was- yeah, I
he had
always-
the big giant
I
bucket
had
of
the
corn.
mayo.
Yeah.
I put mayo on
Yeah.
it. I had the big.
Yeah.
But it was a thing where they have to bring their own food.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
cook.
I mean,
We didn't cook.
eventually, like as we,
Can we do some
So-
context real quick? Because we
Oh,
never
Dan
set
and
up
I
the
worked
fact that
at a
we
summer
actually.
camp.
Yeah. So let's.
but it was a day camp, not
I
a
need you to
sleepaway.
walk me through a day of camp, starting from when
Okay,
you wake
so-
up, Travis.
No, I'm just
specifically.
gonna say,
Let's
but
start
the
with-
thing, the kids bring.
I was
Somebody
kidding.
always gets
I was
killed
kidding.
out skiing
I was
on the
kidding.
lake.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the kids generally bring their own lunch every day, but then eventually, like as like Uber Eats became a thing, like kids would take their phones and start ordering food, and then they would have to and then the people
Okay,
would
I was
bring.
kidding. I was
I'm
kidding.
just saying. 'Cause
I know,
you
I
asked,
get it,
yeah.
I get it.
But we did give them snack every day, but it was usually like,
fruit
hey,
snacks.
what did we get at Smart and Final,
And we
chips
had
that are
Maria,
like-
the hot dog lady.
The chips that were like this big.
or like the famous Amos.
Yeah, we had the bag of cookies. We had the.
Just one bag.
Yeah. You cut the cookies in half, little pieces.
I mean, there was a time we were really cheap. We'd buy gigantic bags of like tortilla chips and just put
Just
them in a
one.
cup.
And
and
salsa,
then,
you had like salsa.
right, and then hand those out.
God.
Yeah, it was not good.
Anyway, so yeah, he was making corn. He was mad at his sous chef for some odd reason, because he wasn't
For
making
being
it
a
fast.
bitch.
That got really weird, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just angry, putting salt, and he's being angry.
Really?
You know who
that got weird?
the sous chef is played by?
Hmm.
Robert Earl Jones, James Earl Jones' father.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, is that
Oh,
who
whoa.
that guy was?
Yeah, yeah.
That makes sense looking at him.
Yeah.
But Robert Earl Jones worked a lot.
Yeah.
He's
Yes, he
one of
did.
those actors that you saw a lot in movies. I mean, or TV or whatever, playing smaller roles like
Of course.
like that. But yeah, it's interesting. So he's throwing the corn in the big pot of hot water, and then from the camera's POV, our killer appears and reaches under and pulls the little chair forward. He has to grab onto
that's
the
not funny.
the bookshelf, and he's like, "No, let go! What are you doing?" And I'm thinking, logistically, this would never happen.
And why would you have
Just
to?
make
Just hop
exactly
off.
just hop off. Nothing is going on that you can't get out of this right
And
now.
why would you have the shelf too right above the corn pot? And even then,
And
it's
what's
like
to say that pulling it off is even going to pull that thing on top of you? That
because
big
then
boiling water on
because
top of
he
you.
tries to catch his balance. Yeah, no, I
But
would just
what
step off. I would,
logistically
you could
says
just
that would
step
even-
off.
So anyway, he falls. The pot of water falls on top of him, and then we have like this minute and a half. Oh
He's
my
boiling.
God! Ah! We see boiling
But it was-
skin.
It was satisfying, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because he's that guy.
Exactly. But also seeing the skin bubble.
Been better to see his pants bubble.
I don't want to see his pants.
right?
You're right.
Yeah,
Should've
no,
gone
I also
all
don't
over
want to see his
way,
pants.
just
That's
know
gross.
Know that his little trouser snake was not going to work anymore.
Mutilated.
That's
You
what
know
we
what?
needed to have.
The prosthetics work in this movie is pretty,
Yeah, it
pretty
was good
decent.
too.
I
It
liked
reminds
it.
me of like
But-
Cronenberg for sure.
Didn't you love though that now we're cutting like 30 minutes later where the EMTs are there taking away and he's still going. "Ah! Ah!"
And then they go, every nerve must be on fire. I don't have medicine strong enough for this sedative. And
They
then
can't help him.
I like very dramatic. How about his eyes? Too early to tell. Too early to tell about the eyes. You thought like, oh, maybe it'll say like he's blind. Just
No,
too early to tell.
And that's where we really first meet Mel, the cigar smoking
Mayor of
Head
Amity.
honcho.
mayor of Amity.
Do not like how mob-like he was towards covering up how the head cook went.
Oh yeah, he
He's
got
like,
another
don't
job.
tell anyone.
Oh
It's
no!
like just be like he got
I'll
injured.
give you $25 more a week, and you guys will
$50,
get
yeah.
15.
But I thought it was so weird how he was like, "Wouldn't you like that?" It's like, tell your boys over there. It's like you
Which,
could
by the
talk
way, they
to.
were right there.
Yeah, they were right
standing
there.
Right
it was
next
weird.
To him.
It's like, oh yeah, wouldn't you enjoy that? And it's like, I don't know. It was very weird. It's like, yeah, they're like minorities, and you think like, they don't know what you're saying.
But
I'm glad
this-
you went there because I was gonna go. there.
yeah, it's weird.
But this moment was the least bizarre Mel moment in the movie. As we get further into the movie,
know.
oh no.
You killed her.
No. And not only that, I don't want to jump around.
gotta
but
leave.
Not only that, but what gets us to that
Oh yes.
Oh,
is
absolutely
even like
disgusting.
what? Like no, but it was like, well, we'll get there. We'll
so
get there.
now,
But even looking, at him and MEG's interaction, like you can tell he slapped her ass. I don't know if you guys saw it when
Oh, yeah.
when she was saying
I didn't
hi
think
to
that.
him
Yeah, I didn't see that.
in the dining hall. It was like really subtle. I was looking because I knew he was
Who
creepy.
slapped whose ass?
Mel,
Mel
slapped
slapped MEG's ass.
MEG. Yeah. Sorry.
MEG.
I'm so sorry.
Freaking.
Meg's ass.
Yeah.
Got
And
slapped.
now, and then from there, we go to the world's lamest dance, where there's like house music playing, but all the lights are turned up. There's no party decorations.
Did we miss a few kills?
Huh?
Did we miss a few kills?
No. I think what happens maybe is like they go to like the
They
lake
have a
and you
social.
find out that Angela won't go in the water, and I'm talking about like this
Oh,
is
is that
where
where they throw her in the water?
that's later. This is where the
Yeah.
scene where Angela and she makes her friend like the kid.
Right. But you come to find out, but really quick, like she's not liked by her bunkmates,
Or Meg.
but also like the camp counselor, like Meg. And then what's that girl's name? Julia? What's her name? I
don't
keep thinking
know.
her name's Julia, the ex-girlfriend of
Judy.
her cousin, Judy.
The 30-year-old.
Yeah, it's like why do you
She's-
hate her so much?
She's like in like Rizzo in Greece. So much
Is
older.
Judy the really bitchy one?
Yeah, she's the one with the side ponytail.
Oh,
the one that developed.
She's
That's what they say. It's like you got to see
she's
her.
awful.
Judy?
She's great at being awful.
She's a
Judy
she's
Garland.
She's a B word.
Yes, she is.
Judy Garland.
You get tits and then you become a bitch.
And
I
then
swear.
she had all those sassy
I
dumb
would know.
lines.
Yeah, me too.
So, Angela meets a friend, which is her cousin's best friend because that they've known for 3 years.
I wouldn't say friend. It's a crush.
No. Oh yeah. Well, I'm saying it's the crush. It's her cousin's friend.
Yeah, I know, but
I
you're
don't-
saying friend. Okay, keep going.
No. I know. See what you're saying. Go on.
What's the next kill? Who
The
was
next
it?
kill is it's the drowning, where the
Okay, I love
Oh.
this kill so much. They're out in the canoe. He tips the canoe over.
Can I say something?
Of course
Dan
you can.
just said that this is his favorite kill.
Oh, well, let me tell you.
Oh,
Let me tell you.
First.
We're under the canoe.
Mm-hmm.
The back head of the killer shows up, whoever that is. Who is that?
Mystery.
And then they just take their hand, push the guy underwater, and somehow he just, without a fight, drowns.
and it's at nighttime.
Yeah.
Where did she come from?
And he just,
Where did they come from? We don't know at this point yet.
he drowns.
Where did the killer come
And
from?
then the next day, they find the canoe
And the
on
guy.
dry land, upside down, turn it over, and he's under
and
it.
there's a snake coming
And
out.
there's a tiny little snake
Ugh,
crawling out of
that's
his mouth.
gross.
it was so cool.
Gross.
I just watched it going, how do they shoot this? Because there's no way that's real.
No, it has to be like a silicone dummy.
Yeah.
But it was moving
Cast.
nice.
The snake? I think
The
that was
snake
real.
the snake was real, but the person
Oh,
was
the
the cast, I think.
So why is there a snake crawling out of his mouth? How does he
'Cause it
end
looks
up under the
creepy.
boat and on dry land with the boat just...
But remember, too, it was totally an accident, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was totally an
Well,
accident.
it had to be an accident because we got to keep this camp open, Mel. Lighting another cigar. Puff, puff,
I
puff.
gotta go tell these parents now that their kid's dead.
Yeah.
Wait, but you forgot the best line in that scene. Well, oh, it's you. Yeah, the boys are gonna really want to know that it's you. When they're, it's like, oh, the boys are gonna hear about this one, and then he gets drowned. That
Yeah.
line was
Oh,
just
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I don't even remember what it was. It was just so like.
Oh, the kid said that?
Yeah, right before he gets
So-
drowned. It's very like, it's you, gender neutral person that I won't name by name because we
Yeah.
can't know who
Oh,
the
it's
killer
you.
is.
It's
yet.
just you. They, them.
But just the pushes the head underwater like...
That's what I
like
said.
I'm
There's
just
a-
like,
that's what I said.
okay, Travis, I'll push you underwater. Okay, you're dead.
The reactions in these movies is not great. No one reacts to anything. Because I'm gonna go over another kill that happens where
Nobody reacts the way they should.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like everyone's a bystander. They're like, huh?
Okay, if we're really faced with the facts of seeing a dead body, how would you react?
Ooh.
If what?
Wait, what?
Hey, you want to see a dead body?
Say that again. What?
If you were really faced with seeing a dead body, how would you really react? I was thinking about this today. I don't think I would scream.
No, I wouldn't
I just walk
scream.
away.
I've seen a dead
Like,
body.
Have
But-
you?
Yeah.
Did you come upon it?
No. So what happened was
Funerals
very
don't
really
count.
quickly. There
No,
was
take your time.
there was a car accident in front
Gets
of my
us away
mom's
from the movie.
store years ago. So we're inside the store. We hear a big crash, and then we look out the window. Not even joking. We see one tire. Boom, boom, boom. So we all run out.
That's the movie Rubber.
We look to the left, and there's an SUV in the center divider, and then there's a I don't remember if it was like a Mercedes. It was some kind of like expensive car wrapped around a pole,
Ooh.
body on the floor. So we all rush out, call the police. When we get there, somebody's already trying to perform CPR on the person that's on the floor. I look inside the SUV, and the person in it is already crushed by the steering
Oh,
wheel,
jeez. Oh,
neck
jeez.
to the back, facing outward, staring right at me. I was like, oh,
How old were you?
Is that why you were late today?
16? I think
Oh,
it was
damn.
16. Yeah,
Did it affect you?
I think so. Because I've never seen eyes that dead.
Frank can't go swimming anymore.
Yeah, no. But
That's intense.
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
Go ahead, Travis. We're waiting.
For what? Sleepaway camp.
Okay.
Okay, so then that guy died. What's
And
the
then we
next
get
kill?
and then like now
Oh, sorry, really
parents
quick.
take their kids away.
It's the at this point you realize that these people are getting killed. They're
As a
not nice
result.
people. Yeah. Because this guy was trying to hit on one of the girls.
So you're saying that like you don't know who the killer is, but people are being really mean to this one person, and then they end up dying.
But he wasn't mean to that
you
person.
mean Meg?
He was trying to like seduce one of the girls.
That's right.
It seems more like they're being, like the people being targeted are targeting girls.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
And it's not just strictly speaking boys who are being targeted, as
Anybody, yeah.
we'll get to in a second. Ugh, curling irons.
Killer bees.
Oh,
Ooh,
Where
was
we're
that the
going-
one before the curling iron? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Is that the next
Yeah.
one?
It's the curling iron. No, it's
No, it's
the
bees
bees,
first.
and then it's the shower, and then it's the curling iron.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next one is the bees.
I would never want to die on the toilet.
Who was he again?
He was the
it was a little shit.
Yeah, but what did he do?
He was a little shit.
I don't remember, honestly.
I
and
don't
I
remember
saw
either.
it.
Reason he was in the toilet. He was sitting in the stall, and they
No, I remember. It was when
suddenly a
hold
wild
on.
pack of bees shows
I
up.
think it was when Angela left the cabin and then she walked past the boys' cabin and they were up on the roof
on the roof throwing water
throwing
balloons
water
at her.
balloons and then they all piled it against her. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the guy.
because that's when Mel That's why Mel thinks it's Ricky, because it's the one that he got in a
That's right,
fight
'cause
with.
yeah.
Yeah.
We watched this
I
movie.
just saw it like this morning, so I don't
Well, we know
I
that
forgot.
Mel had a very well thought out plan.
Yeah.
You know, as he was figuring out who the killer was.
this guy is like just taking a dump. He says, "Oh, I gotta go use the bathroom." He goes in there, and then you see a knife, and you see like the back like screen being cut open, and like slowly
that's in the stall, right?
Yeah, in the stall.
I
In
was-
the
I
stall.
was confused by
Slowly a
that.
beehive
Just
gets, and then you hear so you don't see any bees flying up anywhere.
Yeah.
But you suddenly you hear him
Ugh.
screaming, and then the door opens. He goes falling out, and he has I
That's
don't
a
know. He
great
looks like
shot,
he got
though.
radiation.
That's a great
Yeah.
It's
shot.
a great shot. Like he got
Very
radiated,
advanced reaction to the bees that just stung him seconds
and they're all
before.
on his face.
I really want to know how they did that.
That's a very cool. I like that shot
They
a lot.
probably
Yeah.
took some kind of a prosthetic or whatever.
They
head,
got
Covered
Bryan
with honey?
poured
Cranston.
honey all over it and put bees all over it.
It was
would be
Bryan
my guess.
Cranston. He did it.
Cranston.
I did like that shot right
Right.
before that of the opening of the with the knife. I thought that was a pretty cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole scene I thought was shot
We were
very
wrong.
well.
You bitch.
But I also noticed something in this movie that we talked about last week when we were watching
Reawakened.
Reawakened, and we
Reawakened.
commented on the fact that all these blackouts. This movie had blackouts too.
Well, and the thing
Every scene ended in a blackout.
that I
But
have
this
that
movie
notes
was
too.
made in the 80s
No.
when they didn't know how to make movies, Dan. Okay?
No, but what's worse than that, Dan, what I think is worse, because I have it in my notes, is not only is it a blackout, it's always a musical cue, like da 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 da. And then so I'm like, oh, they totally,
Dun, da, 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 da.
yeah. It's like they totally knew. It's like, and commercial break.
Yeah.
They like knew when its commercial breaks were.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was a pretty
It added to like the dark humor, I think.
it added to the camp for me, and also I did generally enjoy the score for this movie. I thought it was entertaining.
Giving it
wrong.
credit for having dark humor would also have to be giving it credit for being an intelligently written movie.
This is intelligently
This is a
written.
movie called Sleepaway Camp.
No, but say you can't say, oh, they had dark humor.
They do. I mean,
because
Have you seen the twist?
It just no, I know, but I'm saying
doesn't mean it's
to me
always
a black
done
comedy
well.
is a very intelligently written
Not
thing. This
always.
is well, you can't use this as your example.
I'm not
You
saying
can't
I'm
take a
saying
bad
you
movie
can
and say, oh,
label-
well, that was just that was
in
dark
that
humor.
logic. In that logic, if you take a horror movie and you say it's bad, you're like, oh, that's a bad movie, so it can't be a horror movie.
No, that's not my logic at all.
I think they did try to make it
That's the
intelligent
tone.
in a way, because like every time you cut to Angela when she's getting berated, and then like you cut to her, there's always dead space around her the most, while she's just like looking up. I don't know. I like how they.
I think it was
Composed it.
purposeful. I don't think
Yeah.
it was it's not a great movie.
No, but
Well,
I'm
let's
saying
not get- tried.
But let's
they
not
do
get
try,
there
which
yet.
is
Yeah.
right there, and it makes sense because
I mean-
she's not really not all there. I'm not saying that, but I think
Yeah.
she just doesn't really care or doesn't really perceive it.
She's distanced from
There you
everything.
go.
Yeah.
That's how they did it. Like the auditions for Angela was the director just
Did you
brought
make
in
this movie?
just brought in a bunch of actresses and was like, okay, you're just gonna stare into the camera or stare, and you're gonna eat a chocolate bar.
Why
Like
a
that.
chocolate bar?
Because I think I don't know, just
Why not just a
Why just not
Payday
eat anything?
or a Snickers?
that's what it was. And then
Satisfied?
Mars bar.
Yeah.
a Twix.
Why not just a regular
A
bar?
Twix,
Why should it be a chocolate
Twix
bar?
from the vending
Milky
machine
Way.
at the car dealership.
I get it. Seinfeld. I get it. I understand. Well,
So then we get to our next
I
step.
think sometimes movies like this, maybe having no budget is almost to their advantage
Yeah.
in terms of you going, oh, okay. I mean, because can you imagine making this exact movie with like a real Hollywood budget?
I think if you
would,
do it
it'd
now,
be like, what?
yeah.
What?
This exact movie? Yeah, no.
No, you'd be going, what's going on
I
here?
think they
Why
would-
did we do this?
Kind of like Evil Dead, but it wouldn't work where they would try to make some kind of backstory for everything and how they got to the camp.
Yeah.
And you don't
they,
need that.
They wouldn't get to the camp
You
till
don't
like
want
third.
that because
No.
there's
no point.
Well, yeah, because the whole movie's leading to a payoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
They wouldn't get to the camp till like 25 minutes into the movie.
Exactly.
Like I said,
I
the
would like-
A24 of the
I was
80s.
gonna say, I was gonna say Neon. They need to take Rain.
So I think we're at the point where, for some reason, the girl counselor like hits up Mel for a dinner.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I got a date.
Somebody explain that moment
'Cause
to
she
me.
gets the night off.
Did I miss something earlier in the movie where there's something set up?
Yeah, she's
'Cause
a slut.
But
But even then, her
if this were a TV, if we were on camera, I would show up a picture of Mel, and then the audience would go, "Yeah, I don't get anything that's going on at this point."
right.
Because he was like a comedian from the 50s.
Was he really?
No, he looked like one
That's
of those.
the second time he's done that.
How you doing? How are you?
looked
I'm
like,
Mel. I'm smoking cigars. I got frizzy hair.
Yeah.
It's all about the power.
He looked like Don Rickles or something. He would have been like a Don Rickles type.
He looked like one of those Catskills kind of comedians from the 50s. I'm just saying, it was just so weird.
Have you
And she's
seen him smoke those cigars?
You owe me
He's got
you
money.
Owe me a dinner.
I said, have you seen him smoke those cigars? He's clearly got money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's also clearly the bad guy.
But
with
he's
the big
worried
cigar.
because kids are leaving the camp now. It's like, we got like 25 kids now. But I always felt like there was only like 20 kids at this camp.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a big empty camp.
Just 5 kids, really.
And most of them were just standing around. Like,
Yeah. What's going on?
And a lot of times with no counselor.
No, yeah, that's my
Like,
favorite part
just-
at the end too, where they like get all the counselors. They're like, everyone group up, and they just
Yeah.
leave the kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just left the kids. I'm like, I think we should go get the kids.
It is a terribly ran campsite for sure,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
They let fights happen. They just stand there.
How
It's
about
very-
that baseball game scene?
Oh,
Why was it even there?
because they just I don't
Because
know.
of the men.
Why is anything
Stretch
ever
run
there?
time.
I was watching that scene going, where?
And it's very like clicky, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm the counselor and you're the cool kid, so we're best friends and
Yeah.
we're gonna
MEG
run this
and
camp
Judy.
together.
Yeah.
It's like,
When Judy would go up to MEG and be like, "Look at what she's doing."
yeah.
It's called character
Be
progression.
Oh.
Character
Be careful, it's the
development,
Wicked Witch of
an
the
arc.
West.
Well, you got to have the shower murder.
Oh, the shower
Oh, yes.
murder. So I will say,
That's
talk
my
about
least
talk
favorite.
about wrong
Yeah, I
reactions.
agree.
She's getting torn, and she's just like,
It tickles.
You had to sort of figure out what was going on, and then it was just what?
I've never gotten stabbed before, but like I feel like I could
Uh-huh.
also just step away from it.
she just acts like she's getting.
Maybe.
You know, like when you wake up in the middle of the night, you
Maybe
get like,
she wasn't sure. Oh, what was that?
or when you,
Oh,
I'm
Dan,
getting stabbed.
You know
And by
when you
then it
my
wake,
was too
spine's
late.
getting ripped out of my back.
you know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you get a Charlie horse and you're like, ah. That's kind of what it felt like. She just acted like she was getting a Charlie. It was the complete wrong reaction. It was like, ooh, and then she was kind of looking like, are we still doing this? Am I
Wanna
still
yell
dying?
cut? Can you yell cut, please?
Yeah.
I mean, but then you had the murderer
Right after?
just clean
Oh.
their knife off with the
With the
shower.
blood.
Just hold this thing because you don't want to have a bloody knife.
That was their artistic moment.
And then you have the
It was-
counselor that takes those kids out, and it acts like it's the biggest burden in the world. I
Yeah,
gotta take them
didn't-
camping.
I didn't get that part. They just randomly
Oh,
went
You're
into
gonna
the
have to
woods.
explain something to me, but that whole sequence, but particularly when they come back and see the results, I rolled back 3 times. I don't know what they're looking at.
The kids are dead in the sleeping bags.
I didn't.
I think they cut something out for
No,
sure.
but it makes
there's
no
something
sense
I
too
did, but
because
I didn't see what they were looking at.
how did the killer get there? It's the sleeping bags, and the sleeping bags are all like cut
Bloodied.
up, and there's blood everywhere.
The kids died.
I didn't.
The
read
kids
that.
died because remember how the kid.
No,
the
I get you, but I didn't. The shot
the kids
didn't
died.
read to
Yes,
me.
they did.
Yeah, but I don't know. So that's the thing with camp is so the thing with like summer camps.
People die.
That's the thing with
Kids
camp.
die.
Yeah,
I'm
kids
saying
gonna
is
die.
It's
like
summer
towards the end
camp.
of the week, like they have this big thing where it's like, oh, they have like with the older kids, they have like a camping trip where they do wilderness. So it's one of those. But I guess this one was like a, let's do it overnight and let's get the counselor that doesn't want to do it and complains the whole time that he has to make bacon and.
And then let's kill all the kids that went on it.
But somehow when the kid's getting
That's the
killed
thing
like
about
a
camp.
second later, we get the
what?
curling iron.
That's the thing about camp.
Somehow the
Man,
killer's
that
running.
curling iron.
The killer outruns a car.
This was after.
It was between like
It was after Meg because Meg went over to the
No,
next.
no. Because they got banned from going to the dance. Was it because they
There was
threw?
a social, yeah.
they didn't get banned.
No,
it's she
Judy
didn't-
was avoiding it.
and
That
the
was like when
cousin.
she was-
The cousin was sick.
Okay.
Can we talk about the curling iron?
I would
Talk
love to
about
talk
it.
about
Yes.
curling iron.
my favorite
I have
death.
so many questions about it. Like, I
What's this the one with the
think,
hands?
Yes.
I think I
It's
know.
the second one.
I think I know where the curling iron went.
It went exactly where you
Did
thought
it
it
go
did.
Oh, did
where
it
I
go
think
there?
it went?
Yes, it did.
I thought
Because
it
they
was
don't
just-
give you that as a clear,
I
definitive
thought it burned her
thing.
face.
No, it went in her
Oh,
hoo-ha.
No. I think
Aha.
my thinking was, oh no. But then I kind of wanted to
I didn't
somehow
want-
know that. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I
Same.
wanted to either, spread legs and not where you're like shooting it
It's
like
the scene. It's we're
porn.
back in the girl with the dragon tattoo.
It seemed a little. I don't know.
I
In your
think they were
face?
trying to avoid.
Yeah,
It's up to your imagination. If
Controversy
you want to
while
think it
also-
went
No,
into
but
the
he thought it
vagina,
was
then
the
it's up
face.
to you.
I was just joking.
Then maybe
No. That wasn't
something's wrong with
funny.
you, Dan.
It
No,
went into
I-
the face of the lower body.
It went
Okay.
into the lips, all right.
Yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
Ah,
Hoo-ha.
How about that cop? That cop's
Oh, I took a picture of the mustache.
Did they draw it on him?
I thought he
did they-
said something else.
Or did they just cut
me
out
too.
some black like
got
a
picture.
cardboard paper and then
What cop?
tape it
I
on
have a
him?
picture. This mustache.
That isn't even
Yeah.
close to.
It really
It's like
glistened.
they didn't even try. They just said get some
like a
black
paintbrush.
construction paper
No, you
and
know what? It really
tape it
glistened
on
in the light though, because every time he turns, you can see it shining.
was it painted on or was
It was
it taped
totally
on?
painted. It looks painted. His reaction then was him seeing his reflection. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys made me look like this."
Gross. But this is at the point where we get to Mel
Brooks.
and Ricky.
Well, Mel has a complete breakdown when he finds
Meg.
his date for that
MEG.
night,
His love.
and the back of her
It's spelled
back
MEG.
split open or whatever. It wasn't that
No
gruesome.
blood. It's like the
doesn't
body's
matter.
been sitting there for a couple days.
And then he had that Oscar-worthy speech.
You killed me, damn it!
No, before he beats the guy up, he has an actual speech.
Yeah.
I wish you could find it. It is
We
so
can play it.
worth putting on our podcast.
Hold on.
When he
Hold,
does
please.
the whole after
I had him. I had him, and I let him go.
When he
When he
sees
sees
her
the
in the
body?
shower,
Yes.
he has a speech that is genius.
It feels like it's from a different movie. It's very much, this is my moment.
So this is Mel's. Like if the actor who played Mel was nominated for an Academy Award,
This is the scene.
This would be the clip they would show. Listen up, folks. You're gonna love it. This is after he finds the girl dead.
Does he find the girl dead?
Good music.
I love the score.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I like to just fall down.
Oh my God. Not you, man. He did this to get back at me. I had him, man. I had him. I let him go. Forgive me, man. Please forgive me. I'll stop him. Gotta stop him. Won't get away, Meg. He'll never get away from me again.
It's like that were the sides for the audition.
Hold on. Oh, okay. I thought he had another line.
Oh man, that's great.
I let him go.
I let him go.
I had him.
You, Meg. I'll get him.
He sounds like
I'll
drunk.
never let him get away
He sounds like
again.
he's drunk. Like
Now I gotta
like,
light my
like the
cigar.
rumbling drunk.
It's true.
I'm pretty sure he made up that dialogue.
Then though, but that my favorite though is, like I said, is the scene when he gets Ricky and he starts punching him, and it was just the scene lifted from A Christmas Story when Ralphie is punching the bully.
Hey, he went nuts though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went ballistic on
Sure.
him.
On a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Dark
Uh-huh.
humor. Black comedy.
Well, that's the thing about camp. Sometimes you go
I
ballistic
mean,
on
how many
kids.
times have we
Sometimes
done
it's
that,
intense.
Travis? You know, you just go nuts and just start.
These are your words, not mine.
It's
Hey, you want to go nuts?
They're my words about you, but yes.
Well, I'm not working there anymore. But anyways,
But he gets his man. He gets Ricky.
He gets the
and he
man's.
beats the shit out of him.
That's you. Should I play the clip? I have it.
Oh yeah, let's play it. Put it right up there.
I like how you get the Pepsi advertisement right before.
This is when he beats the hell out of Ricky.
Yeah.
Random phone ring. I'm coming to
The
get you.
counselor called, even though it was out in the woods.
Oh God, no.
Serious? Listen, I'll get them now. Right now I will. I just don't believe it, though.
Does he know about Angela's like thing?
My turn. Fuck off of me! Leave me alone!
His cousin? Her cousin? I think so.
Just like you left me! I don't know what the fuck you're talking about! I didn't do nothing!
I didn't do nothing. Leave me alone.
You crazy fuck!
And you're like,
And he goes off and just beats the crap
I gotta get out of
him.
here.
I got him. Wait. I gotta get away.
Oh. And then he gets shot in the neck.
It can't be you.
Can't be you, unnamed camper.
Stop.
He gets
Then he
shot in
gets
the
an
neck with an
arrow.
arrow.
Yeah, he steps right. He steps right into the archery course.
You know, as
I'm sorry.
wackadoo as this movie is, Mel takes it to a whole other level.
Oh yeah.
He really does. He almost made it like. What are you doing back
The
there?
turnaround was hilarious.
What,
Are you
Why
okay?
are you washing your
And
hands?
he's still doing it.
I'm washing my hands of this entire movie. Excuse me, I'm going to the sink. What's your sneeze?
I may have gotten some residue on my hands.
Residue. Okay, so
Don't.
Mel gets one in the neck by an arrow. And then my next,
Going scene by scene.
honestly, my next note is the ending. What happens between then and the end? Because my next note is the last shot of the
They
movie.
take.
Because I think after Mel gets shot in the neck, I think it reveals that
That's when they
Flashback, right?
Yeah, they do the flashback.
Oh, were they in the bathtub together?
Yes.
Huh?
Wait. No, that was earlier.
Why was the bathtub scene there? What was
was
that
there
all
a
about?
what version did
the-
you watch?
There's a bathtub scene earlier though. Earlier.
Oh, is that earlier?
Yeah, it was with
Yeah.
both of the little kids, and
Okay.
they
What
were.
was that supposed to be revealing?
I don't know. It's kind of vague. I feel like it has something to do with like exploration, but they don't really get into it.
So what was this flashback at
It's
the end?
this
where
one-
It reveals about the dad.
Yeah, it's no. This
No, not the dad.
those two
Oh,
happen at the same at the same time.
The homosexuals thing?
Yeah, that
And they're
happened
laughing.
earlier
That's
as
right.
well. So yeah, it's
And
revealed
what does
that
that have to do with anything?
it's implied
Mm-hmm.
that the kids seeing their dad in a homosexual encounter
Homosexual
Yeah.
way.
may have affected them in some strange mental way. But the flashback at the end reveals that the day that
Of the accident.
Aunt Martha,
Martha.
bitch, when she takes over custody of the child, it
The
is
lone
revealed
survivor.
that it was not Angela, but
Angelo.
it was
Oh.
What was his name?
it was Peter.
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 It was Peter.
And Angela
Peter.
still has a Peter.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
And
actually
then,
Peter.
because remember,
Oh no, we missed a good chunk because she
Really?
invited
A good chunk? Is that the word you're going to
she
use?
invited.
she invited her crush out to the water.
Yeah, meet me in an hour, and then she said, "Let's go streaking." And when she
Yes.
says, "Let's go streaking," is
Yes.
when the flashback happens.
Yes.
Yes, and then it cuts back to her with
Stroking.
Whatever his name
more
is.
than one head.
She's stroking.
Oh, is that where the head rolls around?
Oh,
And then
it
everyone sees and goes, "Oh, Angela, that's a boy."
Okay, what? Say what?
Like
Okay,
the
so,
cops, I know.
so what happens is they
We all watch different movies. so
they
you guys haven't heard.
arrive.
I mean, you must watch
to
the
the-
director's cut or something.
Right, because the camp counselors, they got pulled away from the kids
Yes, by themselves.
by themselves. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we should go
And
watch the kids.
Yeah, we should go find the
It
kids.
was funny because they pulled them away. I'm like, okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
The cop goes, "You all, what do you guys? You should all be watching the kids." Even though the cop said, "Oh no, all you guys
Bring
gather
everybody.
up."
Yeah.
And then the cop wiped his face accidentally, and his mustache just. his mustache streaked. Okay, get me to the final shot.
Okay, so-
I
We're working
don't
on it.
remember
We're working
how
on
we
it.
got that final shot, which was so ridiculous.
It's in like the middle of the climax. Everyone's running because they hear
it becomes
singing.
this like
they hear
frozen
singing.
shot.
The cop hears singing. That's why.
Yes, so they run to the beach where they find Angela with her back to them, naked.
Naked.
And it seems like he's
He's laying on her lap.
laying on her lap and she's stroking his head. And that's when
Stroking's
they're
being
like,
done.
Angela. And that's when the head rolls over. And it's revealed that He does not have a head on his body anymore. So that's when Angela stands up. She's holding a knife. She looks ghastly. Mouth
it's also
open.
a weird shot.
Yes, it is.
It's
It
a
was-
really weird
It was
shot.
creepy for me the first
it was
time I'd
creepy,
seen it.
yeah. I feel like
Because the
it,
mouth went wide.
there's something about
Exactly.
Yeah.
the sound, the way she's standing.
The way it was lit.
Yeah,
The way it was, it was all very, very like
It worked.
unsettling. It worked for
Absolutely.
me too.
Yeah, I don't
but
like-
the camera pulls back, and you see that Angela's got a Peter.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
And
like.
it's not a friend of hers.
No,
Yeah, I don't like when it does a
You're
show. Like you
talking
said,
about a
it does like the
penis.
werewolf. Like it does like werewolf
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, no,
it's
exactly. It was
weird.
so weird.
I don't like it. Like I'm like,
you don't like it like you like it. You don't like it, or you don't like it like you don't agree with the choice.
I don't agree
Oh.
with the
Oh,
choice
Of the sound?
of the sound. Yeah, I think it's too much.
It's a little campy. For
my,
sure.
My initial reaction when I saw it was exactly this. Really? This is what I went an hour and a half to wait to see?
hour 20
penis.
minutes.
This
Hour
is
20
really,
minutes.
this is the big payoff that I was waiting for.
Honestly, when I saw that, it clicked that that's like always the iconic scene I had seen. I just didn't know it was what it was,
Where
it was
it
in
was from?
context. Yeah.
You didn't know it was
And then the
Sleepaway
movie
Camp?
ends.
They didn't know it was attached to a penis.
To a purnace.
A penis. Yeah.
And then roll credits.
And that's Sleepaway
Freeze
Camp.
frame.
Oh yeah, freeze frame in green.
Yeah.
Green.
That was
Saturated.
it was
That
an
was
odd
weird.
choice, but
I mean, out of the
I
whole entire
enjoy-
thing.
well, yeah.
And,
The
and
whole
you,
movie was an odd
and you
choice,
can't-
but I dig it.
You can't.
I dug it.
You can't go anymore.
And I'm
oh,
Sam.
you
We're
can't
done.
go
Oh,
anymore
we're
with
wrapping
the
it up.
movie.
Okay, I'm
And-
Dan.
You can't go anymore with the movie after that reveal. It's like, what else are
Yeah,
you
what
gonna
else
do?
are you gonna do?
The movie has
I don't
to
know,
end
make
right
a
there.
sequel?
They did. They made 4 sequels.
And you're telling me they didn't follow that her as a
And
They-
welcome to
They-
what do you
welcome-
call it? A man what do they
Slaughter.
ca-
Oh.
No, they call it
Manslaughter.
Welcome to our new segment, Dan, where we're gonna watch Sleepaway 2 next week, Sleepaway 3
On
next
Happy
week, and then
Campers.
Sleepaway 4.
On Happy
because
Campers.
it's Sleepaway
Teenage-
5 opening this October, so we have to
Yes.
see all
There
of
is
them
a
so
new
we
one
can
coming.
see the new one.
But no, but the second
Is there
one.
really?
They
The
do it-
second one. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you go first.
Is Angela? I guess does get surgery.
Okay, you say that, but I remember reading
remove
something that
the
did not say that.
pureness.
A
And now, and she takes the identity. I think of like so. So she goes to like a neighboring camp.
Yeah.
And it really.
Another camp down the
No, it
street
literally-
that doesn't know about what happened
no,
last
it
summer.
literally. This one
I
is
know
just.
what you did last summer.
There
It
you
takes
go.
away the horror element if there was some
You
completely.
said it was comedy, no?
Yeah, it's very much like, oh look, I'm killing these kids and throwing them around, and I don't, it was one of those.
Literally.
It got
I'm not
weird.
gonna say I turned it off, but what happened was,
Why?
I
You were
was
turned off?
Why not
No.
just say it? Why not just say I turned it off?
I was watching
he was
it,
turned
and
off.
then I paused it, and I just never went back to it.
That's kind of turning it off.
Yeah, I didn't say, oh, this is bad, but
But
Angela Baker, now played by an entirely different
well, do you know
actress.
who the actress is?
A psychotic transsexual escapes from a mental hospital and surfaces at the summer camp as a counselor who lectures her teenage charges on proper moral behavior. These teens who break her strict rules, from the camp chatterbox or a sex-obsessed girl, whatever. It says transsexual, so it's still somebody who's
Yeah,
has their you-know-what.
but I'm saying, but they
Has their
don't.
ding-dong.
But I'm saying, but they don't.
You said
reference-
had surgery, did not have
That's
surgery.
what I.
Well,
Duh.
I mean, maybe it wasn't revealed in the thing. Maybe later on.
I think you have to stay with this idea in the sequel. You can't just
Well,
change.
you'll find out next week,
Watch
Dan.
it.
No,
when we
I
watch
won't.
it.
No,
Watch it.
I won't. I'll pretend like I watched it.
Who-
like
who-
I pretended like I watched this movie.
who plays Angela in the sequel?
It's Bruce Springsteen. It's like it's
Huh?
his like niece.
Oh.
Is it really?
Or it's
Is it
Now
a
you're gonna watch
it's
it.
Bruce Springsteen's like someone related.
Niece twice removed.
It is a Springsteen. You're
Pamela
right about
Springsteen,
that.
yeah.
Hold on, let me.
Younger sister.
Yeah, younger sister. Yeah.
Pamela Springsteen.
Pamela
apparently
and
I
this
think
one
she was
does.
in more than just one, right?
She was in 2 and 3. I think they did 2 and 3 back to back.
Did
Yeah,
Michael
released 1 year
Simpson
later.
direct the first one?
I'm sorry.
Did Michael Simpson direct the first
No,
one?
he
No.
directed the second and third one. The director of the first one, Robert Hiltzik,
Came back.
came
for
back
4.
for 4.
And you're saying there's a 5 coming?
They've been talking about that. I don't know if it's ever gonna
Is
happen.
it sort of a threat more than anything?
Is that your final?
I may be Stand on an island on this one. It sounds like there's some people around here who
Well, you don't know what you're
want to
talking.
hang on to this one as some kind of a classic. I'm
Dan,
great for final thoughts. Let's jump in and go.
who wants to go first?
Unless somebody really has something
I'll
else
go.
they want to add.
Yes.
Let me find my final thoughts. Go ahead.
I love this movie. Because I went in with such low expectations. Because COVID, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You don't really
I
have
watch a lot
much.
of shit.
I don't know.
And random
Literally.
stuff.
Talk
Literally.
to somebody, read a classic, watch a
No.
really good movie.
Sleepaway.
just
I
Sleepaway
did
Camp.
it.
Yeah.
I
all
did
kinds
it.
of crap you could do.
And one of them was
Make
watching
a good
Sleepaway.
meal.
But I
learn
think
how to cook.
I was also like,
Be productive. Be productive. Are you kidding?
but also like I was watching a lot of like really B, C, D like horror movies. So I
Yeah.
feel like that
And what letter would this one fall under?
A.
Oh my God! I
Sleep
have to
Away.
know what you watched
Sleep
that was
Away.
worse than this.
But no, I enjoyed it because it was one of those I had fun, and I think the reveal worked really well. I think it was like a little twist. I think the kills were so innovative that it from all the slashers that we've seen, I feel like it's fresh. I hated the bee scene because it's just disgusting. But my
Not the
favorite one
bees.
was the boiling water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I will give this. I will rewatch it. I feel like I will. It's heavily in my rotation. I will watch it. I will give it 4 boiling faces out of 5.
I like your choice.
I'm gonna
Yum.
Travis, which way are we
reiterate
going?
what Sam was saying. No,
Word for word.
No, during COVID. No, I also, I bought, like I said, I'd never seen this movie. I was fearing it might just be one that I was going to buy. And we know, Dan, when we've discussed, and you keep saying it in this one, this movie is just padded a lot just to be like, okay, let's get to the next kill. Let's go. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed some of the time getting to the next kills. I think, like, I've seen a lot of, these schlocky horror movies. This one is very much, I think it came like 3 years after Friday the 13th. You can tell it definitely lifts a lot from it. But I think this one moves at a way quicker pace.
It's only
It was
84
an
minutes.
hour and
Yeah.
20. Like I said, I watched it and I was like, this is it. We're already getting towards the end. I know, Dan, that you're making those faces. I know you probably thought this was the longest hour and 20 minutes of your life.
But you're wrong.
Dan, you saw Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I enjoy the genre.
The
Between
genre.
this and Indiana Jones, if you had to watch it for a week straight,
Oh, you will get to me in a second.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a
like I
great
said,
question, though.
I'm in a podcast about slashers. I enjoy
So
watching.
therefore, you must defend them.
No, I'm not defending them. I'm saying I like them. Like, that's why, I enjoy movies like this. And I'm actually, Sam and I are going to have the very same score. Because I had it. But I'm going to name it. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5, you little schemers.
that's
You little
good.
shits.
You little schemers.
I like it.
I like it.
Should we save yours for last?
I
Dan?
think we
I
should.
feel like
Well,
he's.
I'm
I'm
nowhere
ready.
near you guys.
I know.
can
So
tell you
we'll,
right
we'll
now.
save you last. All right.
Okay.
Frank.
I fucking love this movie. It's not great,
It's not by
but
any
it's
means.
good. Look, I think
It's not.
we
great,
didn't
but
really
it's
get
good.
into the themes and the obvious, homosexualness about this movie. It's
Homosexual?
very primed for, themes of gender identity.
I was really shocked when that happened. Actually.
Yeah. But you know what? I know some people will criticize the movie for having a transsexual villain. I think that's kind of what we need.
But we didn't
Frank,
know that
need-
until
Frank,
the last
no.
5 seconds
No,
of the
but-
movie.
but
So
there's-
that doesn't really add up to anything.
The point is that there's people that criticize the movie for even daring to have that reveal. Not all.
Frank's
not,
gonna.
not
Sorry,
all-
Travis is gonna implode if you don't let him
no,
talk.
Frank, I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought it because I'm just gonna say quick, and I agree with you because I think and anyone listening can disagree. I think this film, like some people criticize because they say there's transphobia in it, and they're saying, oh, it's just because she's trans that that must mean that all trans people are crazy.
I
and are
didn't
gonna kill.
get that,
but
though.
I don't
Hang
think
on.
you
Because
because
there's-
here's-
If that had been revealed in the first act,
no,
yes. But
I'm
it's
gonna
revealed at the very
disagree.
end, so it
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter.
disagree because
We can't go backwards and say,
And-
okay, let me review. No.
no,
some people
it's,
tried.
it's because
Yeah,
too,
I'm sure they did. But
like I said, Angela didn't choose to be trans. It was the mom and the aunt forcing it, you know?
Right, but no one's thinking that
No.
she's the villain or that
No.
trans
Yeah.
is the villain.
I agree.
I think for
I
me,
agree.
it's just like she's been bullied.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's more
Yeah.
of that. I'm
But
agreeing.
there are people out there that think it's...
Yeah.
There's a lot of criticism.
I think the important thing is that transness isn't depicted as a
Exactly.
negative trait.
Right, it's not prominent, yeah.
No. It really all does come down to Aunt Martha's
Decision, yeah.
abuse, because it
Yeah.
really is abuse.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing we
She's the main
ask
villain,
for
yeah.
with representation is a variety of it.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have perfect representation and then expect that to be enough. There needs to be villains. There needs to be supporting characters. There needs to be characters that don't factor into the plot at all and are barely in there. It's a whole smorgasbord of representation, and that's what I really liked about this movie, is that it had it, but it didn't really treat it as either the
A
most
negative,
important
yeah.
thing or a negative thing. It
And-
was just
Agreed,
there. It
yeah.
existed.
I agree totally. That's what I'm trying to say too.
Thank you. And then the
He
kills.
said it a lot better than you did.
People always say
Travis,
things a lot
an
better
ally.
than me.
The kills were were varied and also generally creative, which I really loved. The curling iron still has to be my favorite kill. It's so brutal and gross,
Yeah.
but also like the way that they treat it. It's not what's the word? It's vulgar, but it's not vulgar and explicit.
You gotta think about it, yeah.
Yeah. It leaves it to the imagination, which I think is great.
Yeah.
So the last, it still gets me, the last reveal. So having said all that, yes, obviously there's problems with the dialogue. Of course, some of the audio is a little funky.
The acting.
The acting, yes, I think it is. With that said, I will also have to give it 4 out of 5
Wow.
pride flags,
Yeah.
because this is
There's
the
a stretch, but
representation
okay.
we need.
And
Your month's over.
and
you
and Dan didn't like it. So next week,
I will say this, though. I think that I don't feel like Angela was the bad guy. Angela wasn't even the antagonist. Angela was the victim.
yeah.
And I think the way they designed the story, or the way that they, the way they designed the story was, I mean, everybody else. There were so many other people that were bad, both literally and acting wise. But I mean, they were just. But yeah, so she was the victim, and it always felt that way. And I wasn't surprised that she was the one doing it. I don't think there was ever any real doubt. Even though I think they thought they were.
Misleading you.
Yes.
They tried the red herring. It
They
didn't work.
tried, but
Ricky.
it didn't really work, because I was like, there's really.
Yeah. It's all played out
I
for
mean,
you. Yeah.
the only thing I thought, well, maybe it could be her cousin. In her defense, I'm killing everybody
to protect you,
to
yeah.
protect you, which
'Cause the mom said
really
to protect,
didn't make
yeah.
much
But
sense to me.
I think the one that just, for me, it's like why I think you just knew immediately
Why Iota.
was because of the first kill
Yeah,
is the
the-
chef
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
after. So you're like,
exactly.
okay, if they
that's
made
a-
it done
that's
that a
a
little
really good
better,
point.
but that's why you know
Well, but yeah,
instantly.
they were both involved in
Yeah,
that
but
moment.
you
You go either
No.
way
you
for
coulda
sure.
g-
Yeah.
You kind of could have gone either way.
yeah.
Because remember, in a lot of these kind of movies, you're often misled, and then at the end it kind of goes, oh, okay, that's the
But
person who did it.
also, too, I mean, it shows Ricky, though, when he is like defending her, is a lot more confrontational, where Angela is more timid. So I think, too, in the way they shot the scene, where it's kind of the POV, it makes it seem like more like a
Struggling?
timid,
Yeah.
struggling, timid person
Not
coming.
struggling, sorry, hesitation.
Hesitation.
Yeah.
That's why I think, and that's what gave it away to me. I'm like, oh, it's totally. But that's besides the point. Go on.
I think my biggest criticism of the film, honestly, isn't even the story.
is that it was made.
It's just that I think I didn't find it scary. I didn't find it creepy. I didn't find it anything, because the acting was so bad. The writing was so bad. The audio, everything, the cinematography, it was just such a badly made movie.
But it's such an
But-
ambiance, though.
I didn't catch that. all I caught was, man, did they spend like one weekend making this movie? It's just the casting, everything. I didn't like anything about the production of this movie.
So that's why he gave it a 4.
Nothing.
Okay,
And
so
we're out.
speaking bad
Do I
movie-
think it's an interesting idea?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Do I think the reveal and all that stuff in the end is really, whoa, could be? Yeah, but everything else about it, it's, to me, it was like Christmas Evil. It was just so
Damn.
badly done, in my opinion.
You're gonna love next week's movie, Troll 2.
So
Good acting.
Leprechaun
I
4.
give it all I can. I don't see everything you
In
guys.
space.
I'm sorry, I just can't. I don't see everything you guys are hooking onto, unless you're just hooking onto it because it's bad and that was fun.
Yeah.
I told
Both.
Travis the other day it was the longest hour and a half of my life. I
So
just
next
Hour
week
20
it's just
minutes.
gonna
I
be
found it
me, you, and
really-
Travis.
I found it really
No, Dan.
long. I was just
It's an
because I think
hour
I was
24.
no, but it felt very. Oh my God, this is so freaking boring to me.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
indie for a week or Sleepaway for a week, once a day,
Yeah.
anytime you like.
I'd probably rather do this movie, honestly.
Okay.
So then it's
that
good.
movie-
So
'cause
it's
that movie-
5 out of 5.
Because that movie was long and felt. I mean, that movie
Yeah,
felt even
you felt
longer than it
everything. Yeah.
was.
That's like 4 hours. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna give it 1.5 out of 5. Smoking cigars, baby.
Get out of my house.
You know what you should do?
Well, it's my house, but I
when-
can also get out if you like.
When you edit it, you should do like a dub over Dan's score.
4 out of 5. 4.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5.
Mr. Herman. Mr. Pee Wee Herman.
This movie was fantastic. Everything about it I loved.
Hey, Dan, that's great.
You
Thank you.
I'm just lifting your dialogue right there.
Yeah.
Frank,
This is
I
so
love
great.
everything you said about the movie. And
just
I
taking that.
agree
I'm gonna
with
take
all
that.
of you that the movie was absolutely fantastic.
All right,
trying to
40
that.
across the board. That's it. We're over.
You're just trying to make it sound like I hate Coolsville. I think Coolsville sucks.
Anyway, I had a good time.
Did you?
No, not really.
Did you?
Talking about this
I
movie,
actually-
not watching it.
Oh, okay.
No, when the movie was over, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have fun when I talk about it for sure.
Damn, you
Oh,
like
yeah.
ripped him a new one.
I did.
All right, so
I did.
you can listen to this podcast anywhere you get podcasts.
Literally
Nice.
anywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Except, what's the one? Stitcher?
I don't know.
They've gone out of business.
I don't even know her.
Then you can't get your
Stitcher?
podcast
Stitcher?
there.
I just met her.
then you
What?
can't get your podcast there.
Not Stitcher. They're going out of business.
Anywhere you listen, well, you
Like us, love us, share us.
Subscribe, review.
go
Critique.
to go to summer camp, have fun.
You know, the thing about summer camp is sometimes kids die.
The end.
The end.
It can be scary in summer camp sometimes.
This makes me not want to go to. I'm glad I never went to summer camp because if the kids are really that mean, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're not allowed at summer camp either. You know, it's just safer that way.
You bitch.
All right, so next week we're reviewing 1988's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Cannot wait.
Are you ready, Dan?
I
Hey,
cannot
hey,
wait.
Dan,
Wait, have you seen
Dan,
it?
I have the.
I've never even heard of it.
I have the soundtrack on vinyl.
Cool.
Vinyls.
Why does that not surprise me?
Fine.
Because last year they
You have
had
the
a
4K Steelbook.
No, I don't.
do it
because
often,
that doesn't
right?
exist.
Well,
Okay, when you
the
talk,
Killer Clowns
put your mouth
Maze?
on your microphone.
they did it twice so
they've,
far.
They've done 2 times. They've done Killer Clowns from Outer Space maze at
And it's
Halloween
so
Horror Nights,
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
and I fucking loved it. I hate clowns, but I loved that maze. It was so cool.
That guard that was controlled by the clown, I thought that was like a really cool scene. Yeah.
So cool.
So cool.
Anyway, yeah. This has been Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Frank.
I'm Travis.
Frank's a bitch.
You bitch.
I let him go. I had him.
And we are out.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps. Dum, dum, dum. A slasher podcast. Where each week, what do?
Have some more energy, please.
We pick up. Sorry.
It's Sleepaway Camp,
One more
not
time.
sleep. You're taking.
Welcome to another.